Hi there. Ready to go live on day 13? I can hear Waltz of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky in the background. Isn't that lovely? So this is day 13. Oh, and today we're going to work on the hips like I said. I gave you a 5-minute call. I think I might have made it a bit shorter today. I hope I didn't. I never look at the time, do I? So what's the time now? All right, by me it says 15:15. Hi Sally, how are you? I wave to you. We're working on the hips today, Sally. All right, let's get back in our chairs now. Who else is there? Hi Kate, how are you? Quick wave. We're at day 13. I can't believe we're already there. Dance of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky. So let's just do a little bit of a warm-up before we start while we're waiting for a couple of other people to come on. But I have noticed that most people watch it not live. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to, I might pause that. Oh, I'm a tech genius. So, who else is there? Oh, Kate twice. Hi, Kate. All right, so let's just quickly go over the Alexander technique before we start, just before we do our actual warm-up. And sitting on our chairs with our feet hips width apart, which is as wide as our hip bones. If we put our fists there, that's as wide as they are. So if we're standing up, do you notice I stood up using the Alexander technique? All right, we've done that. So I'll go over that perhaps a little bit later on. So sitting up nice and tall and sitting on your sit bones, feeling your spine nice and long as if it's got a water fountain going up it, and feel the energy of that lifting upwards, and also feel gravity going down into the earth. And it's as though the water's pushing up that water fountain, isn't it? And if you imagine that you're in the water and you're up to here, you'll feel that lovely lifted feeling you get when you're in the water, and it's a great way just to reimagine that feeling of core engagement without having to go into anything too technical. Okay, now I hope people will stop messaging me now because I'm on a live. I have to turn off my notifications. Anyway, so allow the neck to be free, allow the weight to go forward and up, allow the back to lengthen, allow the back to widen, allow the shoulders to fall apart, not straight, to release. So if we were to do that standing, which we can, we'll just do that now. Do you notice how I stood up then? I just flick hip flexion, just hinge at the hips, let the bottom come out and come up. And that way there's no stress on the legs when you stand up. So just allow the neck to be free, allow the weight to go forward and up, allow the back to lengthen, allow the back to widen, allow the shoulders to fall apart, allow the hips to release. And feeling like you're in the water up to here so that your belly button, well, so that you feel that core engagement. And when that happens, you'll move into your own natural neutral spine, which is the optimal position for your spine. Okay, that's enough of a warm-up for that part. We're going to put some music on now. Who else is here? Con. Hi, Con. How are you? Always here is Con. He's great. I'm waving to you, Con. Okay, so we're going to just do a little bit of a warm-up, and we'll get the feet moving and the legs moving and the wrists moving and the shoulders moving, just whatever I feel like getting us moving before we go into working on the hips specifically. This one on, I think. This is Mariandra's Waltz. If it goes. And the Yui boom's gone off. Ooh, here we go. These are good things, aren't they? All right, let's just circle the wrists. and then back the other way. I got back the front from watching myself. Keep lifting. I wasn't lifting as much as I should have been then, was I? And inwards. Now let's just do our little hand movement. This is our Indian dance. Really good for the fingers and beautiful at the same time. What was it? Sorry. I got out of sync. Sometimes when you do things on automatic, you stop thinking about what it is you're actually doing. Now let's just do some shoulders. Forward. We can cycle them forward. Cycle them back, forward, back, lifting up nice and tall, and a bit more music. Now this one is great for the spine. Now feel what happens when you put the backs of your hands together. And palms, it's different. Feel it in your upper back when the backs of the hands come together. Lift open, forward. Now take the hands behind you, like this. And you can change positions. Come round. Ah. Feel that lifting in the upper spine. Keep lifting. Shoulders falling down like in the Alexander technique. Hands behind your back. And just swap the hand position. Dive down one side. Come up. Dive down the other side. Oh, I love that feeling in my upper back. Stretch up, hold the chair, reach up with the fingertips. Feel the energy above, pulling you up at the same time. When I say pulling, I mean lifting you. And at the same time, you're feeling that energy from gravity. Lift up the other side. Reach, 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 reach. Making a nice light reach. No straining. Lovely. Okay. Now I think what we'll do is just do a little bit of the upper body. Just follow along with me. I'm still not quite up to the hips yet, am I? I might use this one. If it works. Oh, yes. We're just going to isolate the upper body now. All these exercises are really good for the spine. And see, it's actually the upper body that's moving, isn't it? From side to side. It's an isolation exercise. ribs. Feel it go from one side to the other. Now put your hands down onto your hips. We're going to move the ribs to the side, to the front, to the side, back, without leaning back. It's just the ribs. Come to the center. Other side. Front, side, back. Come to the center. Thumbs up. Keep nice and lifted. Feel the energy. Now as the arms come down, do you feel? Side, circle, side, back. Side, circle, side, back. Other side. Side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back. Lovely. All right, now let's do a little upper back bend. So we're going to lift. We're only bending from here. We're not bending from here. We're bending from, who's there? Hi, Ornella. How are you? Lovely to see you again. All right, so we're doing the upper back bend now, Ornella. We've just done a bit of isolation of the upper body. And so let's just take our hands out to the side. It's about 30 degrees forward of the body. You notice I'm very, very particular about the positioning of everything. It's just because it makes a difference to the way we're doing the movement. And, you know, that's my thing. So I'm glad you're here to enjoy that with me. So put your hands, palms forward, about 30 degrees forward of the sides of your body. And now we're going to lift into this movement. Lift and upper back body bend. So you're not going to be doing this with your neck, are you? You're not doing this. We don't want to stress the neck like that. The bend is happening from here. From here only. That's the only thing that's moving. And you need to lift into it. So hands here. Lift. Upper body bend. Up. Down. Upper body bend. Up. Down. If you find yourself going or that's not what we're doing. And that's the way you'll strain yourself. So what we're doing is simply an upper body bend, isolating that part of our bodies. Now let's do an upper body bend forward. Forward and up. Now be careful. I need to be careful too. This is not a shoulder exercise. This is, again, just the upper body coming forward. And remember, in the Alexander technique, the shoulders, they fall apart. We don't pull the shoulders back, because if we do that, the ribs will come out. And that interferes with having that lovely neutral spine. It makes sense, doesn't it? And it also, when you're pulling your shoulders back and pinching them together, that's really quite different from that beautiful feeling of drawing the wing bones or the scapulae down. Drawing them down as you feel go into that lifted movement. Okay, now let's get going on our hips movement. I might need to move my chair back so I can, now this one, this is not a knee exercise, so just be careful. This is all coming from your hip stabilizer, the glute medius. We're moving that, and that's not the only muscle working, but that's the main thing that we're focusing on. So I'll just move this chair back and keep an eye on the time because I never know what time it is. But that's called being creative. Or just being wishy-washy, I don't know. So we're going to put our legs in hips width apart, and we're going to lift one foot up and then turn it inwards, turn the whole and down. Now when you did that, as I said, it's not a knee movement. You're not doing something with your knee. The knee is like the neck in that upper body bend. We're not moving the knee. We're turning the whole leg from the hip. Okay, and if the lower leg swings out too much, that means you're doing an extra movement. And look, I might slightly do that sometimes if I don't do it perfectly, but just to let you know, that's not the movement. All right, so I will put some music on. We're going to do that to start with, and then we're going to extend on that. So let's do Waltz of the Flowers by Tchaikovsky. Because I love ballet music. I just love it. And so I hope you do too. Or you get to enjoy it anyway. Okay, lift the knee. This is still the introduction, but that doesn't matter. We'll start. Turn it out, turn it inwards. Come back to neutral and down. Other one, inwards, back to neutral, down. Just once more again so you get the idea of it. Maybe once more. Okay, up, turn in, turn out, down, up, turn in, keep lifting, turn out. It's all coming from here. Lift up, turn in, turn out, down. Feel that? Up, lift into it, turn in, turn out. You just keep going a little bit longer till you get the feeling. Keep lifting, never sink. Don't worry about the feet. You can point them if you want, but you don't have to. Keep lifting. You can move your arms if you want to make it a bit creative. Okay, now we're going to extend on this now. So this time, can you feel this in your hips? Let's just stand up for a second. Now this time you can push your pelvis forward. I've been talking about not doing that, but there is a place for it. And in fact, just because of what we're doing, I'm going to come forward and we will go over that. Now, I've heard people say with postural technique that you should roll your pelvis so that you've got this sort of curve. Now, it's good to have a curve, but you've got to be careful. You don't want to be jamming those vertebrae in that lower back. So there is a certain degree of tilt that happens, but you're going to lift into it. So it's not a specific like roll, because you roll it and feel how that kind of jams in your lower back. It's not ideal. It's really not ideal. So the key to doing these movements is always to lift into them anyway. So we're going to, just for the exercise, we're going to roll our pelvis this way, and we're going to just roll it back gently, no jamming. Roll, and then roll. We'll just do that for a little minute. Might as well have music. We might as well do a bit of a contraction with it, which we've learnt. And remember, with the contraction, you don't sink. It's like somebody has punched you in the guts, and then you're releasing out of it. And so it's like you're still lifted as that socket to you comes out. This is a great exercise for the back. Excuse me. Can you feel your backs? Should be able to. Who's that? Okay, now I'm going to move back a bit. Alright, so we'll go back to the hip stabilizer exercise we were working on. We're going to go up, turn in. Now we're going to open this leg out and hold it there for a second. Can you feel that? Or keep them hips width apart. Hope I can reach there. Turn it in. Open it out, hold it, and in. Alright, just give your legs a little shake if you need to relieve that. We'll do it once more, because we're going to take it a step further in a minute. That wasn't the glute medius you'd be feeling. That's the tensor fasciae latae. But that's alright. I mean, that's good. We're working that as well. But you can also feel it go right into your glute medius and into your glutes. Alright, try it again. Open it out. Ooh. Okay. Now, we're going to, I wonder if we can do this now. Let's just take it. So we do it once again. Just follow me. Open it. And now take it a bit behind you. So you might have to drop your knee. You should feel this right into your upper glutes now. Just hold it there, lift up. Hold it. Just stop when you've had enough. Feel that? Oh, that's a good one. Now, if that doesn't help to improve your hip stabilizers, I'll eat my hat. I know it does because I've done this kind of rehab on myself before. That's just one of the exercises, but I know this is good. So let's try this on the other side. Now we're going to take it, drop the thigh slightly, bring it round as far as you can, and you'll feel it into your upper glutes. Hold, hold, lift up. Okay, other side, just go straight into it. Other side. It's an unusual movement, isn't it? Let me know if you feel that in your upper glutes. When I say that, I feel it right up here. And so it's not hurting my spine at all. There's no, squishing on the spine happening. Now, the next thing we're going to do, because this is to do with the hips and hip stabilization, we're going to look at weight transference, which is a really important part of hip stabilization and a part that gets often overlooked when people are teaching movement. I know it does, so I'm just letting you know. So we'll just do it on the chair to start with, and then I think we'll stand up as well. So sitting on the chair, we're on 2 sit bones. Now, if you're going to shift your weight, think of the concept now, 2 shoulders square, 2 hips square, right? So if we shift our weight, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We're just going to shift it like we're a matchbox or something, and we're shifting over to the other side. And it's not very much, is it? Not much at all. But you keep the 2 shoulders square, 2 hips square. Feel that? If you were to stand up and do that, it would be like this. I'll come back again. Okay, so you're going to transfer your weight. So you're going to lift up your leg. If you went to lift up your leg, you wouldn't have transferred your weight, would you? So the way to do it, to be really secure, is to transfer your weight. See how my shoulder, I didn't do this. I didn't have, my hips weren't twisted at all. It was just a very small shift. And then to go to the other side, small shift. And remember I showed you already about hip stabilization and working the glute medius to stabilize your hips. So I'll just sit down again. Let's just go over that. So turning, so we're going inwards. Hips, the glute medius is an internal rotator and an external rotator. So we can go this way and that way. So if we stand up and we go in, see how my knees are now facing towards each other? That's internal rotation, and now external rotation, they're going outwards. Now when that happens, you've got beautiful stabilization of the hips. But we don't want to do it too hard and lock anything. It's just a subtle movement, and it doesn't involve changing the placement of the hips at all. It's like your legs are in their sockets and they're turning in their sockets without altering anything else. So if we transfer our weight and we want to lift up this leg, if we lift up the leg and we sort of going like this, we're not so stable, are we? So if we squeeze, external rotation instantly stabilizes us. It's good, isn't it? Okay, let's go to the other side. Some of you have done this already, but there's no harm in going over it. All these, there's a lot of information in all of this stuff, so it takes a time to sort of soak it in anyway. So transfer the weight, and we go to lift this leg up. We're in the right place, but if we don't have good hip stabilizers, we might be doing this. So we squeeze, and instantly we are as steady as a rock. So this is where, you know, if you don't have to be that strong to know how to use your body so that you can have movement efficiency and good balance. Okay, let's just do, I hope this Yui boom will come straight back on now. Let's just do something with a bit more energy. I wonder if this is something. You're free to use this song. Let's see. Okay. Lift up, lift. Again. Lift up. Okay, now a tricky one. Knee sets the position, so if you need it to be lower, just do it there. Reach forward, hold your chair, mine's sliding out from behind me. Up. Feel that working the hamstrings. Oops, I just took the chair. Don't do that. Hold the foot on the ground. Lift up, lift up. Careful not to scrunch into your lower back. Keep lifted there. Make a nice long line. Shoulder dropped. Now I might have that thing in the way, but I'll do my best. Oops. Drop the shoulder. Careful not to scrunch. Remember we did the arms? internal rotation, external rotation of the forearms, and keeping them on a flat plane. Up, up. And let's just do our shoulders, épaulement, épaulement, and I think it's half an hour. I think we're actually finishing on time today. Hi Jan, how are you? Hi Jenny. I'll just wave to you guys before we go, because I forgot to do that yesterday, didn't I? That wasn't very nice of me. And let's just do a curtsy, curtsy, and bow, and I will see you tomorrow. And thank you very much for being here. I really love you being here. And if you know of anyone who would enjoy these daily live videos, please let them know. It's free, and I'd love them to be here. If they think they can get something out of it, that'd be good. So that'd be great. So see you tomorrow.